Hey, friend, it is Coach T here with today's topic, how to discover your inner confidence. Now, if you've been struggling with this, if you feel like you are living in a shadow of yourself, like you're in your own mind, you're not actually able to truly express yourself because you're afraid what people are going to think of you. If you feel like you got to really struggle and suffer every day because you're going to get made fun of or you're just not going to be totally accepted as you. Okay? I know how this feels and how shitty it is, and I have good news. I'm going to give you three, actually, there's a little bit of a bonus, different ways to overcome this shyness and insecurity and just get filled with confidence. Okay? Because it's going to absolutely make your life that much better when you can go about it just to the beat of your own drum. Okay, this is a gift that when I was in high school, I wish I somebody had told me this. Okay, because I didn't find out till later and later, trial and error, what worked and what didn't. And I really wanted to help you just to get out of this. Well, they said, well, finally got out of this shell, and you start to experience life on a much more profound level because you can be totally present and not so stuck in your head thinking about being judged and being criticized. So let's jump right in with the very first tip if you're looking for confidence right now. So if you are so shaken up and it's like I just need a boost right now because I feel like I'm hiding, I feel like I'm afraid, I have a job interview or a a class presentation, whatever it is, if you feel like I just need a little boost right now, well, first off, if you're in a private area, it's going to start with posture, public or private. Your posture. I want you to sit up, stand up, and okay, rotate shoulders back. Boom. This is the first step. Then you got to notice your breathing. And then it just starts with a little bit of a belly pat. Okay, this is like if you've heard of Kundalini or energies or vibration, you're going to start to raise your frequency, if you will. Because when you're so down and when you're hard on yourself and you're thinking all these negative thoughts is keeping you trapped in a low state. So you're going to start building that up, okay? Breathing. Just getting that little belly pat. All right, it's going to work. And just think, I'm getting more confidence. I'm getting more confidence. And it's going to start getting to a chest beat. Oh, I'm getting more confidence. I'm getting more confident. Now you see why you almost have to do this in a private space. Because you do it in too public, you're going to get even more insecure, and people are going to be looking at you funny. That's probably not what you want. So, but if you're doing it private and you're like on the way to work or school and you're just like, okay, one hand on the steering wheel, you're just getting that body shooken up and just start like, yeah, come on, get out. I want you to get out all the sillies, all the scaredy catties. Just let it all out and start building up that you can start feeling something. Wait a minute, whoa, what is that? And you can say it's nerves, or you can change it. It's excitement. Wait a minute, that's confidence. You're gonna start feeling all this stuff. You label it. So, okay, wait a second. I am feeling more confident. Start believing it. Okay, very helpful for a quick boost in a private spot. If you're in a more public spot, you can still do it. Posture, breathing. Now you're gonna raise that pelvic floor. Pucker that butt, and you're like squeezing it up, right? And you can be real cool about it. Boom, boom, squeezing it up. And thinking the whole time, oh, I'm getting confidence. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm getting that confidence raising. And you're going to start feeling that. Anywhere you go, you're like, oh my God. Now, again, because you're going to be kind of like tuckered away in your head. So just like, wait a minute. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And I have the choice. Let me sit up a second. Oh, there it is. There's my confidence. I'm peaking. I'm peaking that confidence through the roof. Okay? Now, little boost, extremely helpful. That's like the first thing. Just go ahead and try that. Try that, practice it, and the biggest thing is you got to get out of your head, okay, into your body. Because once you get out of your head's the one telling you to feel all crappy. Your body's your body. Once you start actually kind of creating some motion, it's going to change your emotion. Remember that. So now the second step is going to be a little bit more longer lasting. Now that's going to include a mirror. So if you're driving, change that rear view mirror to look at yourself in the eyeballs. If you're at the house or in a bathroom, look yourself right in the eyeballs. Okay? Or on the flip, you can pick out your biggest insecurity. If it's your red cheeks or your big nose or your goofy teeth, pick out your biggest insecurity or look at yourself in the eyes and tell yourself, I accept you. I accept you. I accept you. Repeat it. Repeat it over and over. Because when you have a lack of confidence, it may feel like nobody accepts you. Everybody's criticizing, so you just kind of want to hide back. And that doesn't feel good. But if you have your own back and you stop beating yourself up and picking yourself apart and being your own worst critic, and you start to say, guess what, man, I accept you. I don't care what everybody else thinks. I accept you. I love you. Then guess what? Time for a hug. I love you. I accept you. Now, as goofy as it may seem, if you thought that first step was goofy, the second step may be even goofier. The reason I use say it is because I've used it and it works, my friend. If you feel so alone and so just weak and scared, we'll say, you hug yourself. My God, that's going to bring you up out of a funk. And just like beating a chest, wait a minute, whoa, I actually, because when I love myself, you start to discover I really don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks because I know I love myself and I have my own back. It's extremely profound, extremely powerful. I urge you to just give it a try. Now, step number 3, okay, and I'll kind of get to that bonus later. Step number 3 is going to be even longer lasting, more powerful, but more time consuming. What that's going to involve is having that alone time is a requirement, quiet, alone. And what you're going to need to do is take a look inside. Okay, this can be called parts work or inner child work. And what that means is I want you to go back in time in your psyche to when you felt a lack of confidence, when you felt insecure about yourself. Okay? I remember specifically, I'd go back, I've done this many times, and you keep going back and back, and you try to find that original point. I remember I used to get a big hang up in high school, and oh my God, teacher calls on me, and I'm not paying attention. I get all red faced. I feel like, geez, I try to, cover up. I feel like everybody's looking and laughing. You loser! It's like, so I go back in my mind. It's like, oh my God, it's traumatic. So what you do then to correct that is you say, now as like my grown up self, I go back. I say, hey, I accept you. It's okay. And then the most important step, write this down, is you correct it. You change it. You say, well, actually, wait a minute. I actually own that moment. If I remember correctly, oh yeah, I stood up and I told them exactly what I thought. I spoke my mind. I was cool. Matter of fact is, I was cool as a cucumber. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. You totally changed your entire way you thought about that traumatic event. And you're going to feel a little sense of relief if you do it right. You go back, you sit with it, you observe it, you accept it, and then you change it. All right? It's empowering. You keep doing that back, back, back. So this is just a topic on confidence. So you can do anytime you have that lack of confidence, go back, And now you're going to find that originates when you were a kid. Typically, when you're a kid, because look, you think about kids, they're confident people. They'll go out and talk for the most part until something happens. All right, you got like me. I got punished. I remember going way back. I got punished and thinking, wait a minute. I felt that pain. Like, oh, geez, I can't really. I'm gonna lose my love. People aren't gonna like me anymore if I act a certain way. So it kind of gets mixed up in our psyche, especially when we're kids. We don't understand it. We can't handle it as well, and so it like alters our course for confidence. And that's why this is so effective. If you can go back and say, wait a minute. First off, accept it. Parents are cool, but they're not always perfect all the time. So you go back as your grown up self, comfort that little young kid. That's why they call it inner child work. And say, look, hey, friend, I'm with you. You're okay. Hey, people make mistakes. And then change it. Actually, wait a minute. You want to be confident? Boom. Hey, you're okay. Stand up. And that's going to forever correct that course in history to wait a minute. My entire life, I've always been confident. You start changing your entire personality. Boom. Today, if you want to. It just takes some work. The further down you got to go, the harder it is. All these emotions and feelings will come up, and it's a lot. You got to take a lot of responsibility. But if you want to start living a life where, hey, like every day is a freaking joy, and you're totally cool to be yourself, the world is gonna pay you back. You're gonna start hearing birds singing, the most beautiful sounds. The colors are gonna be more vibrant because you're cool with yourself. You're confident in yourself. You found that inner confidence. All right, I promised you a bonus tip. Here it is. Get this. You want that? You want to keep continuing to develop yourself. Again, topic is confidence. Think about yourself, where you are right now, and what does that mean for you? What does that look like for you, that confident person? How do you walk around town, in the hallways, at the office, drive in your car? How do people look at you? How do people think about you? How do you think about others? You're going to place yourself in your future self as the most confident person you can possibly imagine. Because guess what? We've heard it, we know it. If you can't think about it, it can't be true. Look, you're just hoping and wishing and forget about it. You want to solidify your role as a confident person. And that can also start today. So you can work on your past. That's going to be extremely helpful. But you got to know where you want to go, my friend. And that there is the secret success to find and discover that inner confidence. If you're still struggling, look, sign up from I have a calendar link here or here, I believe. Check it out, sign up an appointment. We'll have a phone call, and I will help you get that confidence that everybody needs, everybody wants, everybody should have, because it's going to make your life that much better. I hope that helps somebody. And until next time, friends, this has been Master of Mentality.